Defense lawyer alleges Mr. P lied against brother Jude Okoye. Still on the ongoing fraud trial involving Nigerian music star Peter Okoye, that's Mr. P of P-Square, and their former manager Jude Okoye, the defense counsel Clement Onwuenwunor, SAN, on Friday accused Peter of deliberately misleading the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) with false and contradictory claims. The EFCC had arraigned the defendants alongside his company Northside Music Limited on a 4-count charge. In one of the counts, Jude and his Northside Music Limited allegedly dishonestly converted the sum of $767,544.15 to his use. The defendants, however, pleaded not guilty to the charge. In his evidence in chief of May 16, Peter had narrated how he was allegedly defrauded by his brother Jude and Northside Entertainment. However, during cross-examination on Friday, defense lawyer Clement pointedly told the Lagos High Court Ikeja, presided over by Justice Rahman Oshodi, that Peter's testimony was riddled with inconsistencies and outright fabrications intended to mislead the EFCC and tarnish the reputation of the defendant Jude Okoye. During a heated cross-examination, the defense discredited Peter's earlier statement to the EFCC in which he described himself as a graduate of the University of Abuja. Contrary to that claim, Onwuenwunor revealed that Peter had in fact dropped out of the institution when confronted with the discrepancies between his oral claims and written EFCC's testimony. Peter attempted to backtrack, stating that he had only said he attended university. However, the defense tendered the EFCC's documented records in which Peter specifically described himself as a graduate, prompting him to admit in open court that he had not completed his studies. Onwuenwunor further presented documentary evidence proving that Peter and his twin brother Paul were not only aware of but also had signatory access to Northside Entertainment Limited accounts.
Now, contrary to Peter's earlier claim that Jude Okoye was the sole signatory and that he had no access to financial dealings, the defense produced a bank mandate clearly stating that Jude was a Category A signatory, while Peter and Paul were Category B signatories. The defense counsel also submitted bank statements that showed Peter personally withdrew large sums in both naira and dollars from the company's account. There were also multiple direct transfers made by him by Jude Okoye. This records stood in direct contradiction to Peter's sworn statement that he never benefited financially from the company or from any deals executed under Jude's management. Onwuenwunor also questioned Peter over his claim regarding royalty payment from Mad Solutions, the company handling the P-Square music catalog. Peter had previously testified that he was unaware of the contract with Mad Solutions and had only received $25,000 and $20,000 in royalty payments, implying that Jude had siphoned the larger share. But the defense countered the narrative by presenting documents to the court confirming that the agreement with Mad Solutions was signed by all three parties, Jude, Peter, and Paul, and that each had equal entitlement to royalty payment. The documents, contrary to Peter's assertion, according to the defense, revealed that he actually received over $4,000 and over $5,000 as his first and second payment, respectively. Figures far lower than the $25,000 and $20,000 he claimed under oath. Peter's testimony before the EFCC is riddled with lies and misrepresentations. He has made multiple assertions that have now been shown to be false under cross-examination. This is not just a matter of forgetfulness. This is an intentional effort to mislead investigators, and this honorable court, Onwuenwunor, told the court, Justice Oshodi, while admitting several of the bank documents and EFCC statements into evidence, advised the defense to ensure all documents are made available to prosecution ahead of further proceedings. If you intend to use a document make it available to them to make the trial faster. The judge said the trial was adjourned to October the 10th and 17th, 2025 for continuation of trial.
So it's now time for probably now Mr. P's lawyer too. We have to put up a statement because so it was when
So the one about school.
the school. So it was
That
when
was
I
so
watched.
funny to me.
It was when I watched Suits that I knew how you can.
So white lie.
So they can just say, oh, if he can lie about this, that means every other thing that is even
It's
saying
false.
self.
It's
And
false.
my lord, he even swore that he's saying everything the truth, but he has lied it to
guess
school.
what?
So therefore, every other thing
He
is a lie.
said he attended. So does it mean that if you did not finish, if you dropped out, does it mean that you never stepped your foot?
And you claim to be a graduate.
Okay, so that is a lie. That means you're not a graduate. But funny enough, I used to know somebody who actually attended the same university with them, and that
In
person
Uni
never
Abuja.
even told me that they dropped off because they were friends.
I don't even know where this is coming from because I
Dro-
thought
dropped
everything
out,
was
rather.
I thought everything was okay. It's just awkward how we'll definitely be keeping our fingers crossed. October is a long time. They've parted ways again. They've dropped individual music. Both songs are
But
doing
this is
amazingly well.
This is
but
becoming.
the case still lingers.
It's becoming more interesting because I
Yeah.
never even knew that they were going to like sit down and have Peter's own dished to him like, oh,
So it now looks like you that you are shouting at me, dropping
like,
you're a liar. You're a
And
liar.
then I was saying that you received so amount, and I am like, okay.
Only time will tell. I guess this information is coming from Jude and his lawyers and everybody.
Of course.
So now, hopefully, Mr. P, who is pushing the song, his own legal people and management will release a statement, and this conversation just continues on and on. They will have to say their own side to what transpired in court. We're not there. Nah, the defendants, they come out, they say,
we're still going to report this.
which is tiring, by the way, which is tiring. Because me not just go settle no matter which or collect money. No, they share the money I did there. Me not come for you.